What is up, Star Wars fans? Welcome back to yet another episode of Their Only Legends, TOL, your number one stop for all things related to a galaxy far, 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 far away. My name is Tyler, and with me, as always, is my brother in the Force, Spencer. How are we doing this day, Spencer?
I'm doing really good. I just watched Maul for the first time tonight, like right before recording.
Yeah, episodes 3 and 4.
3 and 4.
For those of you joining now and not going back and listening to the first premiere episodes,
What are you doing?
what are you doing? We're happy you're here, but for the love of God, go back and check out the episode previous to this one where we break down episodes 1 and 2 of Maul, Shadow Lord, Lord of the Shadows. As did I, by the way. I watched them for the first time right before this recording. So we are noteless today, just going off of pure memory, which is totally okay with me.
This one's going to be more of a reaction.
Yeah, less of a breakdown, more of a reaction, which I vibe with those heavy. So, honestly, immediate first impressions of not just episodes 3 and 4, but also the totality of the show so far. And I'm loving this, dude.
Yeah,
I'm loving
it's a good
this.
show.
It's so good. I can't express enough. I'm having so much fun. It's so massive for me to enjoy watching Star Wars, you know? And I know that sounds crazy to be like, well, of course you'd want to enjoy the thing you're watching, but let's be honest here, you know? I haven't been enjoying a lot of the Star Wars. This, not the case. I'm locked in. It's amazing. So
It's a good just Star Wars hang too. There's what's not to like about it? It's Maul. It's the lightsaber fights in these episodes. Yeah,
we finally
man.
got one.
Mm-hmm.
And I say finally, like we've been waiting forever. It's been a week, but
And
yeah,
it's so good. And it's got that right. And they are on was it Janix?
Janix, yeah.
Yep, they're on
I
Janix.
caught that too, and I was like, oh, they are on.
But yeah, there's nothing not to like about it. I love anything to do with Pikes, and Syndicate stuff, and everything about it's just so good. And I love, and this is conversations we've had countless times together, where it's just I love the perspective of it's not as black and white as good and evil. You have been told that I am somebody that needs to be hated, but in reality, your order is not doing anything for you, and everything that you've been taught is not benefiting your life at all. And I love having the villain protagonist and villain. Maul's just such a good character, dude. And it goes without saying, and I'm gonna say it every episode that we talk about the show, that Sam Witwer, just it's so dramatic. It's so over the top in the best ways possible, and it's such a good time. It's a good time to just sit and kick back, and especially if you have a nice TV and lights and stuff going, it's good Star Wars. It looks so good. The show looks so good.
It looks so good.
Yeah.
Our good friend of the podcast, Chelsea, he has a different take, but if he joins us at some point, which he may, not today. That's not some sort of surprise reveal or anything. Oh, look at the Daisy dog. Look at the for those listening, sorry, but for those watching, dude, look at the Daisy dog. She's so cute. I miss my little niece Daisy, my little dog niece.
She just got let in from her little walk.
Her little walk.
Sorry for the thudding in advance.
It's all good. On the point of Sam Witwer, right? I was thinking about this while I was watching the episodes today. I've seen because Maul is out, dude. It's just algorithm is blah, here's all the things, right? And so one of the videos that I saw recently was Sam Witwer talking. Well, first of all, I saw this thing that was about the Maul's lightsaber noise
with his voice
has his screams worked into
crazy.
It. Amazing, it's awesome. But the video that I saw was Sam talking about his quote secret to the Maul voice, and it's his green apples his green apple slices that he keeps with him. And he takes a green apple and he puts it in his mouth, kind of like he's popping a Zin, right? But he like takes a bite of the green apple, and having the green apple in the side of his cheek, he then does the Maul voice, and it adds like that extra layer of like almost like a filter to it. Yeah. So I was like trying to listen. And I was just imagining Sam Witwer at the microphone with half a green apple slice in his mouth, saying all these lines. The point I'm getting at is that while I was watching that video and then watching this episode and listening to Maul's voice, and then every other interview clip that I've ever seen with Sam Witwer, whether he's talking about Maul or he's talking about Star Wars in general, it's like, first and foremost, he is a massive fan of Star Wars, which I think is a prerequisite for anybody who's going to do anything in Star Wars. And I know that sounds gatekeepy, and clearly it's not necessary, but like, I feel like if we want like the best Star Wars possible, as Daisy's just doing her thing over there, if you want the best Star Wars possible, bringing somebody in who appreciates and loves the lore and the fandom and all the things is very important. But the bigger part of that is that Sam Witwer owns, for lack of a better term, but like in terms of his attitude and the way he approaches the character, he owns the Maul character. Ray Park played him on screen in live action. However, Sam Witwer is Maul. And it's like, I'm not trying to take anything away from any other voice actors at all. But like, there's just something specific about Daisy is going through it right now. There's just something so like obvious about the fact that Sam Witwer knows the character so well and plays the character so well that like Maul is his character, you know,
through and through.
And it's not to take away anything from Ray Park and, oh my God, I'm going to mess his name up, Peter Benasewicz, I think was his last name, who
something
played the
like
voice of, well, he played Pete. Something like that. Something like that. I feel terrible because he plays Pete in Shaun of the Dead, and that is my literal all-time favorite movie. And I feel terrible for not knowing his last name, like how to pronounce it properly, but not to take anything away from Ray and Pete, right? Peter. But Sam owns Maul, and it's just it just comes through. That's the point I'm getting at.
When you think about it in terms of just sheer time, like the amount of time that Sam Witwer has spent growing and developing Maul, in comparison, again, not to take things away, but like Ray Park shot a movie, Peter Brishninowitz voiced 2 lines in that movie. Like, this is Sam Witwer is Maul, dude. He's Maul. Like,
he is.
Every bit of personality and character development and growth of that character that we've seen, and the rise and falls and Clone Wars and Rebels and whatever, like, it has all been Sam Witwer. And
yeah, it has.
Well, you know what? Ray Park did voice him for 30 seconds. Did he voice him in Solo? Played him for 30 seconds in Solo.
I don't think he voiced him. I could be wrong. Go ahead and correct me in the comments, but I don't think he voiced him.
We gotta look it up. I'll look it up.
And I am Mr. Peter. I am very, very sorry for
Mr. Bader.
It's hi, Peter. Anyway,
hey.
That was a terrible impression. My voice wasn't warmed up. Peter Serafinowicz. I am so sorry. I knew it was Serafinowicz and I messed it up. Put a B in front of it. Terrible. Anyway, but yeah.
So Ray Park portrayed Maul. He was voiced by Sam Witwer.
Yep. That's what I thought. That was my instinct, but I didn't want to say it because you were going to look it up anyway. But yeah, so yeah, exactly your point. Across all of the entirety of the Maul character's existence, in terms of film or TV, Sam Witwer has the most amount of time as the character. And it's very obvious, you know? That was about a 5.5 minute way of saying, like, he does a really good job and it's clear that he owns the character. But it just makes it so much better. And like to your point, the lightsaber, like the fight between Devin and Maul, he had his hand behind his back. He was just messing with her the whole time. And there was because we're kind of just all over the place today.
These Easter eggs taste like shit.
Yeah, dude. I love shitty Easter eggs. Just kidding. It's like, okay, whatever. This is all over the place. There was a thought I had.
Yeah, we do that.
Believe it or not, I have thoughts. When Maul kills Krill, right? He uses his lightsaber because Maul has a detachable. Yeah. Shout out Jedi Fallen Order, unless Maul had that prior. Double-sided lightsaber. And Krill has the lightsaber in his hand, thinking that it was Maul that was captured. And Maul walks in. And Maul uses the Force to turn it on and cut him, right? My immediate reaction, and not to turn this into a tangent, it's just a thought we can move on immediately after. My first reaction was, hell yeah. They did it. They did it better than they did it in The Last Jedi, making up for The Last Jedi. I know, I saw the look on your face.
It's a perfect movie.
Okay, well, the sarcasm, unnecessary. But I immediately backtracked that thought because they did that really well. That scene, that specific moment, very well done in The Last Jedi. So I will say, I love that they took that idea from The Last Jedi and used it with Maul, because it is a very Maul thing to do. Rewinding to the previous episode, when Devin is, after the fight with Maul, is about to leave, she has Maul's lightsaber in her hand, or half of the hilt, and he pulls it using the Force from her and says something to the effect of, "I'll be needing that back," or whatever.
Yeah.
Man, you said it probably 5-10 minutes ago, that the whole black and white with the gray area, and you're glad that the villain's the main character. When Maul is standing over Krill's body and he explains his motivation, when the events of Mandalore happened and I was at my weakest, I came to you, my ally, seeking refuge, and you tried to kill me. That was the moment when I was like, yeah, not that I don't care about Devin. I'm fully invested in every aspect of this story. That was the moment where I was like, yeah, Maul can do no wrong. He's a bad guy that's making good points. I am here for it all of the way.
He's the Ben Shapiro of Star Wars.
If we had a producer, I'd say edit that out. That's Ben Shapiro, or are you thinking of the other guy who had the table that said "change my mind"?
No, I'm thinking Ben Shapiro.
You're thinking Ben Shapiro? I was trying to give you an out. Although I don't think that guy's much better. Objectively speaking. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here with that? That derailed me. I don't think I was telling my buddy that I work with, work for today. We were talking about this, the podcast. He recommended that I dabble in.
Crazy. I don't mean that.
No, I know you don't. This is a tie-in to, like, yeah. Those who don't know you don't know that's a joke.
Producer, cut all that.
Yeah. Hey, wait, where's our producer? They're not in the chat. Anyway, our buddy Mike, not best friend of the podcast, Mike Kaminsky, different Mike. Because I know like 13 mics probably, if I had to count them. He recommended that I, for lack of a better term, dabble in the herbal essence prior to recording this podcast. And I told him I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that to you specifically, Spencer, because there have been a couple, I think literally 2 episodes where I did do that prior to. And the reason why I don't do that is because when I do, I no longer care about the quality of the episode. My entire intention is, how can I ADHD derail Spencer as much as possible?
Yeah.
And like, I'm like, you know what? I can't do that to him. And that's kind of what you just did to me. So it's kind of karmic.
Like, fourth wall.
There is no fourth wall. We're just speaking to the listener at this point.
We're learning to do this with a 3-hour gap, right? So I'm here I'm here. It's almost midnight for me, and like I just watched this. I'm happy for it, but like I had a couple drinks. I've also been herbal essencing, and like I don't give a shit. Like I don't care. I showed up. You know what I mean? Like
there is somebody who there might be multiple people who are listening to this that are like, what does shampoo have anything to do with this? And I hope there's more
maybe
people
it's
out there who
Maybelline.
get the joke. For those who
No,
don't know, Herbal
I'm
Essence
kidding.
is a brand that does shampoo and body wash and all that stuff.
I'm sure
Anyway,
they know.
you grow up with sisters, you learn these things.
I'm just kidding. I'm here. I'm locked in on Maul.
So locked in.
I'm Maul locked in.
So I almost made a lockdown joke earlier. I like what I was talking about, like Sam Witwer having it locked down. I was like, oh, I wanted to make a tie in there, but I didn't.
I have no shame.
Neither do I. Neither do I. You and I both have been dabbling in these really shitty tasting Easter eggs, despite our 3-hour time difference. Can I tell you an ADHD thought that popped in my head earlier?
Please.
You said, well, I lost it. So speaking of ADHD, no, you said something that reminded me of a. I can't remember now. I know the quote. You said something that reminded me of the Eminem thing from 8 Mile. You see how far the white jokes get you. Boys like, how Vanilla Ice gonna diss you? And I waited like 10 minutes, 15, to bring that up, and it's lost on me now. This reboot of our show is going so well. I hope we haven't lost all of you yet. Retention rate shows. I'm just kidding. We're not going to get into analytics. But okay, to get back on track, because this may or may not make the episode prior. What was your favorite part of the last 2 episodes, episodes 3 and 4? What was your favorite part?
The child in me wants to say them dueling on her way out the door. I think reality, it was the very end of the 4th episode because I'm so excited to see the Empire. So seeing that Star Destroyer come in and the Imperial music playing was pretty neat.
Got a tingling in your loins with that part.
Yep.
Yeah.
Precisely. Yeah, I'm excited to see some stormtroopers. I'm ready for that. Yeah,
some first gen.
I'll lock in with that. I'll say my favorite was seeing the Star Destroyer at the end of the 4th episode, and that might be just crazy recency bias, but like obviously the lightsabers look so good. I love his lightsaber. I love it's broken. I loved seeing Devin and her master go in and seeing the clash of the blue with the red. Their fight with Maul was very reminiscent to me of Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. Just master and apprentice dueling it out with this crazy, mysterious shadow Sith Zabrak.
Sorry. Go ahead.
But yeah, no, the lightsaber fight was sick, but I think personally my favorite, not just because it was at the end of the last episode, was seeing the Empire start, like all of their comms start going off and being like, oh dude, they're coming. Like, let's go. Yeah.
You bringing up the Qui-Gon thing. When Maul was doing his little monologue walking around after Jedi Unk was knocked down. I call him Unk because he said he was his uncle, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, there was a part of me that was really hoping and kind of like not fully expecting, but really hoping that he was going to bring up, killing Qui-Gon. There was a part of me that was like, he would just lean in and just say, I killed Qui-Gon Jinn. He doesn't sound like that. Why do I try to make his voice sound like that? He does not sound anything like that.
Alas, we'll reveal ourselves as the Jedi.
Alas,
he did.
Reveal ourselves as the Jedi.
Unk hit us with the, I mean you no harm.
Misa mean you no harm.
Yeah, it's Yoda, dude.
Sorry, Yoda. I had to go Jar Jar with it. Sorry.
Away with your weapons.
Anyway.
If you haven't listened to the last episode, again, what are you doing here? But I moved 3,000 miles 6 weeks ago, and I'm still settling into everything. And today, for the first time, like I used to record at a desk in my living room / sometimes the bedroom, depending on where my desk was set up at the time. And here I have like an actual office studio, which is crazy. Like this place is much bigger than my last place. I
lives
can't
in a mansion, everybody.
bro. I can't reach the top of my doors because the ceilings are so high.
3.5 feet tall.
I'm
sorry.
I'm 5'8" with Jordans on, dog.
I know. I be wearing my Air Forces. I'm like, yo, I'm 5'10.5".
But like my doors are so tall. Whatever. Anyway, I have my own office now, and I'm just now like trying to get everything settled in. Everything's still kind of in boxes and whatever. But I got a shelf set up today, and so I was unpacking. I was trying to pick what I was gonna put on it, and I put a couple figures. I have a 12-inch scale Luke with Yoda on his back and Dagobah. But I was thinking like Yoda quotes in my head all day as I was like setting up all the little figures and stuff. And then we watched these episodes of Maul, and I hear him, I mean you no harm, because he's like, why are you following me? I mean you no harm. And I immediately did it in the Yoda voice, where I'm just like, away with your weapons.
With your weapons.
Yeah, no, that was fun. So another thing I thought was really cool was Captain Lawson's kid is playing what looks like lacrosse, but they have the little scoop.
I thought he was going to be playing Quidditch until I saw the lacrosse scoop.
Sure. But the scoops that they have are very earthly scoops, and it's cool because it's a nod to the little ball scoop that Anakin had in his room in The Phantom Menace.
Oh, that's a cool little piece. When I saw it, I was like, I've seen that at Walmart before.
Yeah, like the wiffle ball thrower things.
Yeah. Can I tell you my favorite part of the last 2 episodes?
Please.
The disappointment on the kid's face when he realized his dad left. Hey, welcome to the real world, kid. Welcome to the real world. Hey, guess what? You gotta stop trying for your parents' approval. You gotta live for yourself, because you know what? He's fucking busy. And you're gonna get to a point in your life.
He's sad, bro.
Yeah. Totally fine. Be sad, but also fuck over it. You know? Because like you're gonna get to a point where you probably have kids, and you're gonna be too fucking busy to pay attention. Not you, Spencer.
Oh, yeah.
I meant him in the universe of Star Wars. He's gonna have kids because, things are always like they work like that in Star Wars, and like you're gonna be too busy when your son or daughter is trying to show off to you, and you're gonna make them sad. So you know what? Don't be sad about it. You know what you need to pay attention to? The fact that the thousands and thousands of people were chanting your last name while you scored that goal. And then your coach told you, hey, get to center.
Yeah, seek validation from other people because your parents won't give it to you.
Not the people that are close to you. No. The people that don't know you. Those are the people that actually matter. Every single comment they make, positive or negative, is what you should live your life
You think my family listens to this podcast? No, it's you strangers.
Exactly. My family doesn't even know I do this podcast. Just kidding. They do know. They may or may not listen. I hope they don't. I say some wild shit.
I hope they don't.
Especially the last podcast I had that's no longer on the internet. It's a good thing that one's not around anymore. Psych with Travis and Tyler.
Yeah,
there was a few things I had to edit out. Not because of the things I said, but because my previous co-host is a fucking wild boy.
I love listening to that show.
I appreciate that. I really do. And I am kind of sad that that's all gone. I mean, it's not all gone. I have all of the original files on my computer. I could re-upload it, but that's not the point. The point is...
What's funny about Psych is I've brought up the fact because you guys did like a Pitch Perfect watch.
Hell yeah, we did. Dude, okay, I was talking to... Sorry, you first.
When you come to visit us, I need you to know that you, me, and Amber will be watching Pitch Perfect.
All three or just the first?
Just the first. She's never seen any of them, but I have her clued in that there's some of your favorite movies, and I'm like, so we're gonna watch Pitch Perfect.
So we're gonna watch all three because if she's going to experience Pitch Perfect, she has to experience it the way the rest of us did, where it's like the first one is like a mostly serious, really cool kind of coming of age, also aka bitches, type of shit. That's a quote. I do not refer to females that way. It's literally a quote from the fucking movie. Get off of my dick. The first movie is like a mostly serious with some humorous elements to it and a lot of singing, and it's really fun. The second and third movies are directed by, can't remember her name, but she plays the announcer lady. And her goal, she said in the special features, her goal with the second and third movies were to make every single scene have at least one laugh in it, which means the second and third movies are basically just comedy movies, whereas the first one is a very, very solid all-around good movie. Elizabeth
Do they do
Banks,
the cup thing in the movie?
Yeah. Wait. What? Does she do the cups thing in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's her audition. And that's how she get. Have you not seen it?
I've never seen it. I've never seen any of them.
We've been doing a podcast together mostly for the last 5 years, give or take a couple hiatuses, and you have never seen Pitch Perfect?
I've never seen Pitch Perfect.
When's the last time you heard me enunciate every letter in a word? That's how serious I take this shit, bro. That's how serious I take it. Is she around?
She just walked in. I'm not kidding.
Tell her that we're watching all three when I come
Tyler
visit.
says we're watching all three Pitch Perfects when he comes to visit.
And this is a Star Wars podcast, and I'm more hype about Pitch Perfect right now.
Dude, you have shown more enthusiasm about Pitch Perfect than Maul.
Listen, I'm gonna grab my microphone and put it in my mouth. I love Pitch Perfect, and that goes to anybody listening. You think you know me? You have no idea. I love Pitch Perfect. Anyway. Yes, so Anna Kendrick does do the cups, but not the radio version. She does a smaller version. The radio version of the song is really dumb. But yeah. So
I remember
thank God we're not monetized on YouTube, because if we were, we'd be demonetized on YouTube now because you just mumbled a couple of tunes because YouTube has changed their rules. Anyway,
is that really?
Allegedly on YouTube, if you so much as sing like 2 bars of a song, you get demonetized. You can't even hum.
Crazy.
You can't even hum the chord progression of a song without getting demonetized. Thank God we don't get monetized. We swear too much. So that's how you know we do this for the love of the game, everybody who's listening.
Love of the game.
The love of the game, dude. This ain't a job. This is a hobby. Best case scenario, this is a hobby. Not to guilt trip you, but we do this for y'all. We do this for you.
That's crazy.
Anyway, welcome back to They're Only Pitch Perfect fans, I guess. But no, how did we get on Pitch Perfect?
Couldn't tell you.
Do we both need to be medicated?
I don't know, man.
Probably. I don't like doctors, though. So anyway, this podcast will be short-lived. Find out.
They don't have to give you shots or anything. What do you mean?
Yeah, I have to go see a doctor.
You fill out a fucking questionnaire and they give you it's fine.
Do you have trouble focusing? Sometimes. Here's Ritalin. Here's Adderall. Yeah,
that was kind of my experience.
Hashtag Big Pharma. Whatever. Anyway, that's not the point. This isn't a political podcast. There's no commentary on that on this show.
I got some.
Political commentary or Adderall?
Both.
Hey, anybody who's still here, shouts to y'all. I hope you're having as much fun as we are. No, okay. So I don't know. There's somehow we got to Pitch Perfect, but I know the starting point. I don't know how we got there. Oh yeah. Oh, actually, before we get back to Maul, let me just say one more thing. I was talking to my friend Chelsea at work, not the Chelsea that has been on the show. For those who've been listening, a different Chelsea. I know doubles of everybody except a Spencer, and I was telling her about how you and I have had not a lot. Thank the Force. Fingers crossed. We have had our fair share of technical difficulties with this show. In the cases of losing entire episodes, it's my camera just goes rogue. These droids these days, I tell you.
You gotta turn that off.
I don't even have the software to turn it on. It just is on. Okay, I'll figure it out. It's back. It's a little too high, but it's back. Anyway, and I was telling her how one of our best episodes we completely lost. Like, we got done recording an episode, you and I, and we were so hyped.
It was Ahsoka episode 5.
Not the Anakin one.
Yep. It was the Anakin one.
Oh, and we lost it because something happened. It corrupted in the process. And I gotta turn this stupid. There we go. I gotta duck away from my camera so it'll recenter. Travis and I did a commentary because you and I weren't doing the podcast yet. We were doing a commentary episode on one of the Pitch Perfects, probably number 2, but it might have been number 1. I think it was number 2. And we didn't do our due diligence and do audio check beforehand. And only one of our microphones was picking up audio.
You released it still. I remember because I remember listening to it. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was so sad because it was honestly one of the best ones we ever did. And we were a sports podcast for the most part at the time. And one of our best episodes ever was that commentary. And we lost it. Anyway, back to the point. The point being, I'm just kidding. The original question I asked you was your favorite part about Maul. I said my favorite part was the disappointment in that son's face. Not projection at all, I promise. Honestly, though, my favorite part was probably like you were saying, like the kid in you, lightsabers, all that good shit. It was the same as yours, the end of episode 4, because there was a moment during that episode where I don't remember the cop's name at all. Sorry, kind of. The main police chief's name,
Captain Lawson.
Thank you, Lawson. He has been hellbent since episode 1 about not getting the Empire involved, right? And initially, when we talked about it last week, kind of made sense. It's like, look, you know what? We don't want the Empire coming to our town, our city, our planet.
Because they don't leave.
Because they don't leave. It gets to the point where we're at where Maul is like, he's a problem, right? We know that. We know Maul's a problem. He's been a problem. He's never not going to be a problem until he's laying in Kenobi's arms and he's like, I love you, or whatever he said.
Is he the chosen one?
Is he your favorite? Am I not your favorite? But Maul's a problem. And Two Boots, this entire time, hashtag second greatest droid ever, he's been trying to get the Empire involved since the beginning. And there was a part of me at first, I was like, yeah, what the hell are you doing, dude? You don't want the Empire involved. You haven't seen all the movies and all the shows like I have. You don't know what's going to happen.
You're like, bring in the stormtroopers, dude. Y'all don't have a grasp.
By the time we get to episode 4, I'm like, yeah, Lawson should have listened to Two Boots when he's watching his fellow police officers, the people under him, getting hauled off on stretchers. Yeah, should have listened to your robot, dummy. You know? And it's like, listen, I don't expect all of these characters inside the universe to have spent the amount of time it takes to watch all of the Star Wars content that's out there. But had they done so, Lawson would have known the second he saw Maul's face, hey, Two Boots.
Lawson should have watched Andor. Yep.
You should have watched Andor. You should have watched it and seen where this was going to go. And just get Palps on the phone real quick, hit that speed dial. Like, yo, Palpy boy, your boy's here. You got to come get him. He's going crazy.
Hey, this your dude? Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, somebody get your boy. Somebody get your man.
Somebody come get your boy.
But like, yeah. And it's funny is like, I have at no point in my entire Star Wars fandom been more like understanding of getting the Empire involved than that moment.
Yeah.
Because it's like, one, it's like, okay, what's the Empire going to do? What are literally any amount of stormtroopers going to do to Maul? The answer, less than 0, less than nothing is what's going to happen to Maul, no matter the number of stormtroopers that get involved.
An Inquisitor.
But an Inquisitor. The Inquisitorius.
Which we know that's coming.
Something. We do know, thanks to the trailer. You know, I'm going to blame the listeners, even though our show has nothing to do with them. Us doing this.
Listen here.
Listen here. This is your fault. This is all your fault. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have known any of this was happening, and I would have been able to be surprised. No, I'm kidding. Although there is a part of me that resents this show simply for the fact that I don't fucking get to just go into everything surprised. But there's also a larger part of me that is embracing it because, like, I get excited about shit. Keep in mind, I was going to watch this show regardless of what the trailer looked like because it's Sam Witwer playing Maul in Clone Wars era / Clone Wars stylized animation. How am I going to say no?
We ain't. You know?
Yain't, dude.
We ain't.
Yaint. Yain't, dude.
Yain't.
Yeah, it looks like a typo, like I was trying to say taint, but no, yain't, dude. Sorry, perineum. Damn autocorrect. Anyway, reality is real, dude. I have to pee really bad. So either keep it going or just pause for a second. I'm going to be right back.
I'm going to keep it going.
Yeah. Hey, talk that shit, dog.
I am going to. I don't know about what yet. this is part of the reason I have a hard time doing like Comic Cantina too, is because I have to write scripts for it, which is a lot of discipline for like I enjoy doing it and I enjoy making content, but like writing scripts and sitting there and talking to a camera, I have a hard time being like, no, this is a person that I'm talking to. Like you right now, I'm talking to you. You're a person, in case you didn't know. But to me, I'm sitting in my guest room with a microphone and headphones and looking at a computer screen. You know? It's hard to maintain that, but yeah, that's all I really have to say about that. I don't know. I should have paused it. It's whatever. Eventually, when we get fully back in the swing of things, unfortunately, this would be like an ad break situation. But fortunately or unfortunately for you, we haven't hit that point yet. We haven't hit that stride. So while Tyler runs off and takes a tinkle, we get to just sit here and ramble. But I'm so tired. It is 12:01 a.m. my time on Tuesday. So it's actually the day that this is getting released for me. But we're here, baby. We showed up. My biggest thing with the relaunch of this show is like before it was perfectionism and now it's just like showing up, just doing the thing. What's up, my boy? He's back.
I am back. Since we love breaking the fourth wall, I don't listen to our show back once it releases because I've already had this conversation once.
Do.
I know you do. You have to. You're the more responsible part of this relationship. So because of the fact that I will only listen to about 5 minutes of this before I start replaying everything in my head, and spoiler alert, I know everything that's going to be said in this show, I'm going to need either Isabel or Minerva or whatever the dude's name was that you worked with before you were unceremoniously burned at the funeral pyre at your last job, who used to talk to you all the time.
Ryan.
What's
up, dude?
I was like Alex, but I'm like, no, it's further along the ABCs. I met Ryan one time when we went and saw one of the anniversary showings of one of the Star Wars shows.
Phantom Menace.
Him and his wife showed up. Probably Phantom Menace. Yeah, so one of you three, or anybody else who cares, needs to hit me up in the DMs and let me know what the fuck this guy was just talking about, because I'm not going to get far enough into the episode to know. And nor do I care for you to tell me.
Isabel actually hit us in our DMs when I posted the...
Don't even say us. I don't even have access to them.
Okay, well, Isabel hit me up in our DMs and said that she
Actually, take it back. I take it back. You should probably say us. It sounds way worse if you say hit me up in my DMs. It's our DMs. You do tell me when people hit us up, so it is us.
Typically. I didn't this time, I guess. It was just a few days ago, but she hit us up and said that she's excited to listen. She's busy with finals at uni right now. So right now that's taking all of her time. She isn't watching Maul yet. But when finals are over, she's going to binge Maul and listen back to the show. So when you do listen.
Listen. I got out of high school, barely, and went straight into the workforce. I've never experienced college, university, graduate school, tech school, community college, even though I was accepted into community college because everybody's accepted and I didn't go. I've never done any of that.
That's a big ass flex. I was accepted into community college. It's crazy.
I need to put that in my bio. Yo, I need to put that in my fucking bio, bro. Into Clackamas Community College.
What she is doing is probably so much more impressive.
Hey, anybody who's doing anything is probably more impressive than anything I'm doing. So,
for what it's worth, I was also accepted into community college.
Oh man, I took my drink to the bathroom with me, not for that reason, and left it in there. So that's a problem I'll have to fix soon. The point, I need to stop saying the point being, it's such an annoying thing that I say.
That being said,
that being said, that's a catchphrase. Do finals take up 24 hours of your day? Listen, she's gonna get to the point where she listens and she's gonna hear that and she knows
she's
I'm
got
joking.
a boyfriend. She's out here. She's got a
hey,
life.
Stop putting her on blast, bro. People don't even know.
They do need to know. He's. I'm sure he's very good.
Zero people need to know.
I'm not saying her handle.
You're bringing up Ben Shapiro and shit on this podcast and basically doxing people. What are we doing here? What is this show?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Tell only lies. I don't know. Listen, my brain isn't like at its peak performance right now. I'm on about 4 hours of sleep and
the contrast of last episode to this episode is gonna be
it's my
crazy.
favorite thing. It's my favorite thing is to do
next
some
episode
shit.
We're gonna be so locked in, bro.
I'm gonna be so stoned next episode, bro.
Just switch it up.
Do you think Ross still listens to this podcast?
I don't know, man. I don't give a shit.
He got brought up in conversation today.
Really?
Yeah.
For those listening, Tyler and I used to work for the same company, and Ross is like one of our
Ross is still listening,
IT
it was.
dudes.
I swear to God, dude, it was only a positive conversation. And for my part, I barely chimed in.
You don't think Ross smokes weed?
I'm not going to speculate.
I will. I don't work for that company anymore.
Okay, I'll speculate. I'm pretty sure he does.
Yeah, come on, dude.
I've had conversations with the man. He's too funny to not indulge in the herbal essence. Anyway, we'll cut out the part on the YouTube video where I pull my hat up because that's embarrassing. No. I will probably... No, I'm not going to listen to this shit back. Man, look at that. Look at that sexy, shiny-ass dome you got going on there.
Tyler's over here acting ashamed of his head. I just pulled out the bald head. I'm here for it.
Listen, if you had one of your friends tell you that your head looks like a dildo, you might be a little self-conscious.
I've been told so much.
Isn't it so much more fun when we just kind of loosely in the peripheral talk about Star Wars and we just bullshit the whole time? So much better.
It's so much better.
Now, listening quality, maybe not. You know, if there's anybody listening who cares to get, quote, active, right? Trying to get active, right? Hit us.
Now he's pulled up on the gang. Y'all trying to get active, bro? What?
That's funny. That's what's going through my head.
Got issue with the way I do my show?
Yeah. If you do, please, actually, for real, not even kidding, blow up the TOL DMs.
I won't read it.
That's fine. Just give me access to them and I will fucking read them all. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, because I don't remember if I ever plugged it, but there was a period of time where I was making rap songs for a NASCAR media group because your boy's a big NASCAR fan. And I was recapping races, right? The race would happen, and I would make a rap song about it. And guess what?
Re-raps.
70% of the time they were fire. The other 30% of the time they were mailed in, and guess what? They were still kind of fire because I'm a talented cat. But my favorite comment of all time, the very first one, the very first episode, the very first song I ever released. I'm going to guess his age, just going off of the picture. He was probably in his 60s, right? Just old white dude. His comment, one word, nope. I hearted the shit out of that comment, dude. I woke so like the company that I was doing this for, East Coast, right? NASCAR is a southeastern sport, whatever, or activity. I'm not going to sit here and debate whether NASCAR is a sport with anybody. And so they would release shit. They would release my songs at like 7:30 in the morning Eastern time. So by the time your time zone. So by the time I woke up, that shit has had 3 hours to marinate on social media. So I would wake up and
nope is crazy.
Dude, I would wake up and I would grab my phone on Monday mornings, Tuesday mornings sometimes, and I would look and I would just start scrolling comments. And that was the first one I ever saw. And I can guarantee you this dude doesn't even know I do this podcast. And if he does, that is a crazy, like, universal coincidence. Hands down my favorite. Like, I'm still hoping to God I get on one of the podcasts, like, as a guest so I can bring this guy up. Because, like, not even on some, like, actual, like, pretending to be happy about it because it actually made me angry. On some legit, I woke up, made my day immediately, and gave me life through the day because some old white dude said nope about a NASCAR rap song. And I was like, you know what, man? Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Because you're not who I'm fucking talking to. Like, it was so fucking amazing. It was amazing. So if you guys want to give any kind of feedback at all about the chaos that is this show, blow up them TOL DMs. And I want to interact with the people, so I might need to get a little bit of information to be able to access this shit. But and if y'all hate it, I'll never do this again. Not the podcast. The really shitty tasting Easter eggs that are 15% alcohol content prior to doing the show. Maul's awesome.
Maul's great, dude.
We shouldn't do a video app for this. I just looked at my camera angle. I'm like, I look crazy right now.
We're fine. We're gonna keep it short.
I need
and
to
sweet
get that.
with
I
this
need
one.
to get that mood lighting, bro.
Yeah, I hung up an additional Japanese lantern in my office today, so I have one that is right above me. And I have another one on the other side of the room, right above my turntables.
Speaking of which, couple comments. Couple questions. One, have you been doing anything music related lately?
Yeah.
Yes, you have.
Yes,
Second question. Now that you're doing bigger and better things with work, when are you upgrading so I don't have to spend $110 to get my own?
Buddy, I gotta get a table.
No, you don't. Put it in your lap. What I did with that mini MPC you gave me.
I gotta get a kitchen table. I don't have my own car, which so
you don't need that. You live on an island. Just swim.
We talked about Maul. Maul was great. Obviously, y'all watched it.
Yeah, we're just gonna fucking yap for the rest.
I live
of this
in the
episode.
Florida Keys now.
So tune in.
Okay, so I moved from Portland, Oregon, where I lived on a very busy street.
Yeah.
Basically, if you're in MLK downtown and you just keep going south about 15 minutes, you hit my house. I lived right next to everything. I lived alone, whatever. I now live in tropical islands.
Yeah.
We don't have squirrels here. We have iguanas.
I'll bring a squirrel.
Okay.
I'll trap a squirrel and bring it.
We have iguanas, and I open my front door and there's lizards. We have geckos that are outside. There's palm trees and it's gorgeous. So that was kind of my thing, is I'm a car guy, and I've always had cars. And when I lived at my place in Portland, I had a driveway. There was times where I got 4 cars outside, and half of them would run, But here, for the first time in my life, just because it's what people do here, is just I don't have a car. I use my girlfriend's car, and so I don't have a car here. I would love to get a car. I think I'm gonna get a motorcycle. Actually.
Okay, stop. I'm gonna stop you right there. First of all, one, you're painting a very bad picture for yourself. You work from home and you drive your girlfriend's car. She makes you dinner. Do you even have a job?
I do.
She's great. I'm kidding. You know what else you have living on a tropical island?
Sandy beaches.
Yes, and
palm trees.
Also, hurricanes to suck you off. Pause.
Yes. Pause.
Pause. Heaviest of pauses. No. I'm really, like I said before we started rolling, I'm probably not far behind.
My house is on stilts.
It's a tall house, dude.
The way I live in a townhome, and the way that these places are designed, because there's infrastructure here to deal with tropical storms and shit, because I've seen heavy rain. I haven't seen a hurricane yet, but we're about to enter hurricane season. But the way that this place is designed is I have a carport underneath my house, so basically you drive in there, and that's the first level, and there's a staircase up from the carport that goes into my living room. So my living room, which is the first level of my place, is actually the second level, so I can get a pretty big wave. There are things I said, I live on an island, and I don't mean a big island Hawaii mainland. I have ocean, and then I have ocean. I'm just in the water. I'm 90 miles from Cuba.
Yeah, you're closer to Cuba than Miami, correct?
I am closer to Miami, but I'm very close to Cuba. It's pretty close. I think it's 70 miles to Miami, and it's 90 miles to Cuba.
Damn. And I drive 25 miles to work every day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's more than So, follow-up question. What happens when the ocean just says nah? and this wave you're talking about doesn't give a fuck about the stilts your house is on.
Then I die, dude. Like,
that wasn't actually the follow-up question. That was me stalling until I
I'm going to die
question.
here. I love it.
No, that's totally fine. Yeah, it's totally valid. And it'll be welcome back to another episode of TOL. My name is Tyler. With me, as always, myself. Yeah, he's with us. He's with us in Force Ghost spirit. You know, my actual follow-up question was, does it actually rain every single day at like 3:30 p.m. there?
I mean, I see rain a lot, and it's usually very, very heavy and very fast.
Yeah, so like I'm following a handful of people that live in Florida, also being a NASCAR fan, like I previously said about 10 minutes ago. Daytona, right? Daytona Beach, Florida. Daytona is a massive race, and they've always talked about in the summertime, it rains every afternoon in Florida in the summer.
Yeah,
but Daytona Beach is actually a significant distance away from you.
Yeah,
so I don't know if the climate is the same.
I almost don't even live in Florida. Like, I live in Florida by technicality, but like I'm in Cuba. I'm in the islands. Like, I'm in the Keys.
You live in the Atlantic Ocean / Gulf of America.
I'm in the ocean. Yeah,
Mexico,
I live.
On your political
so
leanings.
I live. It doesn't matter. I live in Marathon, which is like.
Hey, what's your address while you're at it? What's your phone number? Social security number.
So essentially, like, if you don't know, right? So there's Miami, and like Homestead is in like the southernmost tip of like the Florida penis, right? The piece of Florida that's like this. Down here is Miami. If you go into Miami Airport and you just drive south and you just keep driving south, you'll hit a turnpike, and then after the turnpike, there's one road that just starts going south. You hit Key Largo. It was like the first place that you hit. There's a lot of that here. A lot of Beach Boys, a lot of Jimmy Buffett. But if you go 2 hours south of that into the islands, like, you drive this road south, so I'm like an hour and a half, I think, from Key Largo. But if you just keep driving south, I'm in the ocean, right? And then like another hour and a half south from me is Key West, which is the very tip of the Keys. So basically there's Florida, and then there's just a string of islands that goes down, and I'm like halfway right in between them. And
geography with
the islands are called the Keys.
Some poor motherfucker who is the only Spencer Stan on the planet is going to drive straight to the Miami airport and head due south and end up in the fucking ocean.
You know what, man?
He said if I go south at the Miami airport.
You know what's funny too? So I've lived here, like I said, for 6 weeks, and I'm already kind of hitting that point. So like, I moved here right before spring break.
Are you already over the weather?
Well, no, the weather's fine. Like, that's the thing about when you tell people, especially people where we lived in the Pacific Northwest, that like you're moving to Florida. That's the thing, is hurricanes and alligators. That's what people bring up. I'm fine. I'm not, like, you know, like, so
I was talking to my mother, right? And I was telling her about, you know, I was talking to her, and I was like, hey, he's moving, whatever. And I was telling her how I was not making fun of you, but I was joking about, like, sure, dude, go ahead, move down there and get fucking sucked away by a hurricane, whatever. She made a good point.
Sucked off by a hurricane.
Dude, so our friend of the podcast, Brad Powell,
yes,
younger brother of friend of the podcast, Sir Matthew Powell,
yes,
for the longtime listeners, he moved to Tennessee, also originally from here in the Pacific Northwest.
Brad lives in Tennessee?
Yeah, he moved a few years ago. Yeah. Pretty much the entire time you've known about him, he's lived in Tennessee.
I don't even know if I've known that.
Yeah, so he lives in Tennessee.
Cool, hell yeah.
Outskirts of Nashville. I'll give you his address if you DM me. Anyway, just kidding. I don't know his address. But he lives in Tennessee. And one day, there was actually a tornado warning for his area. And that's where I coined the term, sucked off by a tornado. And hurricanes are a similar weather pattern.
Famous term.
That famous term that everybody knows was coined by me, sucked off by a tornado. The scary thing is, he had a tornado pass by a mile from his house. Maybe 2 miles. Sure. But he has a video. He was in his His wife was, I think, visiting her parents out of state, and he was watching he was with the cats in the apartment by himself, third floor apartment. And tornado warnings happening. He's on Discord with us. And I've got a YouTube meteorologist guy, Ryan Hall, y'all. Doesn't pay me for that, though he probably should. If you want some really, really good meteorologist, weather pattern, whatever, check him out on YouTube. He's really entertaining to watch. But he's really informative. And so he was focusing on this specific tornado thing. And so, like, we're hanging out with Brad on Discord. Tornado warnings happening. Tornado known on the ground, relatively close to his area. And he's like, "Oh, yeah, I need to." What did he say? He was like, he left the computer for a second, and he comes back, and he goes, "Hey, I need to go." And we're like, "Oh no." He goes, "Yeah, I need to go talk to my downstairs neighbors and see if I can stay with them while this happens." And he disappears, right? So we are sitting in there's like 5 of us in Discord, just dead silent. All of us watching the Ryan Hall y'all stream, wondering if our friend Brad just got fucking sucked off by a tornado. Right? And it was one of the weirdest, most eerie feelings of like, yo, he could be dead right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was really fucking weird. Like, just really like tense moment where we're just watching this radar. You know how like when you watch Doppler radars, they like show you like the previous 4 or 5 scans up till live, and then they reset and it gets closer and closer. And we're just watching this storm cell move over the Nashville area and just not knowing. He ends up coming back. He's fine. At the time of this recording, he's alive and well. But he puts a fucking video or a picture in the Discord right before he came back to the microphone and said, "Hey guys, I gotta go." He pulled his phone out to record the storm cell because his window was facing the direction of this alleged tornado that's, confirmed touchdown on the ground. And out of a fucking movie, the lightning strikes, and like in the video you pause on that frame and you just see this fucking tornado like visible, like within 2 miles of his apartment complex.
Yeah,
just right there, backlit tornado. And so he came back and posted that, and I was like, I'm from Wisconsin, right? Tornadoes are a thing, but they're not super prevalent. Like, people think Midwest, Tornado Alley, whatever. Wisconsin, it's pretty high up in the northern Midwestern United States. And like the way the weather patterns work in that area is like, yes, tornadoes do happen, but typically the weather, like the air is too cold, too close to that Arctic blast coming off of Canada to overpower the warm air that would cause the tornado circulation. It's like they happen, but they're not super prevalent. But just being from there, like, I know tornadoes are a fucking thing, and I've heard stories about them, and they're terrifying. Also, probably the most fascinating weather event in my brain. And like, if money wasn't an option, hands down, storm chaser chasing tornadoes is what I would do.
Yeah,
if money wasn't an object.
We've had that conversation 5 years ago on the show.
Yeah.
I think around the movie
Twisters, period, or plural.
That's the new one.
Such a good movie.
We did go see that.
It's the same movie as the first one.
Yeah.
Just new, and it's amazing. Anyway, yeah. So that was like a really crazy time. And so like him being that close and literally just being in the path of tornadoes is like sucked off by a tornado. So
the Keys are overdue for a hurricane. So
anyway, Tyler's done talking in circles. Back to what we were originally talking about.
Well, I'm just saying, like, natural disasters, like, that's the thing, as people say hurricanes and fucking alligators.
Thank you.
Now,
no. Let me actually stop talking in circles. You reminded me. I was talking to my mother about you living out there, and she said that's the thing about living in an area where natural disasters aren't frequent, is that you overthink and you get anxiety about them happening because they don't happen often enough, and you think they're just going to be prevalent. But when you live in it, it's like people that live in Tornado Alley or people that live on the East Coast in Florida where hurricanes happen, it's like, yeah, we have insurance. If the weather starts saying a hurricane's coming, we go somewhere else. We come back and hope our house is okay. For the most part, that's what people think. Out here, where it's like, yeah, I live within an hour and a half, actually closer, to a dormant volcano. Chances are it's not going to erupt. There's no tornadoes. There's no hurricanes. There's no...
Portland is so overdue for an earthquake.
Stop. I've been reading about this Cascadia fault for like 10 years.
Devastating earthquake. Like,
Yeah.
it is any time
That's
it
why
can
I don't
happen.
live in Portland. Because in Portland, on the river, when the Cascadia fault finally does happen and the earthquake happens, the ocean is the Columbia River and the Willamette River.
I'm not going to dox you, but like you basically live in Portland.
I'm on a hill. I'm fine.
Okay. You have a river right there. I mean,
Yeah. And it flooded in fucking November. And guess what? Didn't happen to me. Also,
Sure.
by the time that shit happens, I'm not going to be living here anymore. Anyways.
So I will likely die here in the Keys. Like, I just don't plan. There's nowhere else to move. Like, it's fine. But there is systems in place if natural disasters occur. So like right now, like we have a plan, and not to give too much information, but my girlfriend is a exotic animal trainer.
Yes.
And
Joanne Exotic.
Yes, and her facility takes very good care of their animals. And if that was my vape hitting the ground.
You don't vape.
I don't vape. Especially not on camera. That's why I'm like,
why you fucking hitting the fat Joe and leaning back so far.
Yeah, lean back. Essentially, if there is a need to evacuate, they will let us know her facility.
Yeah.
My house is also on stilts. Like, I'm fine.
Yeah. You live in a the animation with Maul, I think, is really frustrating because because you look at the fire and the smoke effects and like they look so real. And so like the technology is there.
So good.
The technology is there. So like not saying I want Maul or any other Clone Wars era thing to be a hyper realistic CGI version and look whatever, but it does bother me a little that we don't have some form of that where it's like the movements in the show are way better than they used to be. And like the smoke and the fire and all that shit looks so fucking good. And everything else is this brush strokes texture, which I love. Do not get me twisted. I love. However, I would just really appreciate if we were to have some sort of almost live action type shit. Spencer wants to ruin the clip, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I don't even know how we got here. I was going to play us out.
We got here a week ago when you played me out before I could get to the point I wanted to make. Just restart that shit and I'll get us out of here.
No, first of all, I've had a great time. This has been fun. Everything that you need to find us is down below, but our main hub is always Instagram at TOL.show.
That retention rate at TOL.show. That retention rate better be at 100% all the way through.
All the way
With
through.
that being said, we love you. We appreciate you. Most importantly, may the Force be with you.